So actually, I was looking up this guy. Like, I was reading some lore on him.
Yeah.
From what I remember, because it's been a couple weeks, this guy is like, he reminds me... What is going on here? He reminds me a lot of that guy from Infinity War. Remember that dwarf guy that was at that forge?
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me a lot of him, or someone like Hephaestus in Greek mythology.
What is the lore of him, though?
See, I don't remember all the details of it, but...
I'll look it up.
Yeah, but I'm saying this guy, that right there, that's his forge.
Oh, really?
So in there, he makes...
Whoops, I accidentally wasted a thing. I thought, oh no.
So in there he makes, like, god weapons, or, whatever.
Right.
But the forge is where we need to go to do the Frenzy Flame ending.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, let's see, Fire Giant...
Jeez. I'm not sure if I'll be able to beat him this attempt or not, because I ran out of magic.
Okay.
I'll try, though. Because my, yeah, that's not going to happen, dude.
Do you at least have... Okay.
No, I'm out.
Okay. Jeez.
So, I'm thinking that this might be a boss that we want to see if other people are around for.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what his name is.
His fetish?
The fire giant is the last known survivor of the war against the giants.
Okay.
Is a massive humanoid with a face on his chest. He's found in this region. The fire giants worship the one-eyed / fell god, and was one of the few factions Queen America waged war on. The Golden Order feared the flame of ruin, capable of burning down the Erd Tree found within their forge, and so it is believed that America slew their god and cursed the last of the fire giants to guard the forge.
Wait, so they think... So the fell god is dead?
The fire giants worship the fell god and was one of the few factions Queen America waged war on. I don't know if the fell god is dead, but it seems like...
They slayed him.
It seems like the... Oh, so it's believed that America slew their god.
Right.
And so we don't know if he is dead. We just know it's believed that America slew the god. Oh, here's some more information on it. In the days before the Erd Tree, the giants carved out a civilization in the inhospitable mountains to the north. Here they worshipped a fell god and were bound to tend the flame of their god for eternity. When the nascent goddess Queen America the Eternal ushered in her age of the Erd Tree... Why do you call her
America, by the way?
I find it funny.
Okay.
She launched an attack against the giants.
Look at her. Look at his leg, by the way. I think his leg is already hurt. I think that's bracing it.
Oh, so maybe he just rips it off as the final straw?
Well, because I think his leg was hurt before, and that's holding it together.
Okay. Because, there's a bone on there, too.
Yeah, it's being used. I think it's being used as a brace. I'm going to let him kill me so that I can just get my mimic tear back. Like how they're not willing to kill you when you're ready to die.
I know. So yeah, it looks like the America struck down the fell god, and only a single fire giant remained, and America cursed him to forever tend his flame.
Kind of sounds like Iraq.
Ensuring it could not harm the Erd Tree. After untold ages of tending the flame, the fire giant's vigil was interrupted by a tarnished champion who sought to harness the flame to burn the Erd Tree.
But if we take this flame...
Yeah.
Are we locked into an ending?
No.
Oh.
So, beating the giant here just beats technically the boss of this area. And then I think you can do something in the flame, but there's a point that I think you can't advance past.
Okay.
But I think you can advance past enough to get an item.
Alright. So, if I go too far, then it's a different ending.
Yeah.
So, you have to... So, for one ending, you just take this flame. For another ending, you become possessed by the three fingers. Then you take this flame?
I think so, yeah.
But then for another ending, you just go with... you ignore Pawn America, and you just go with...
right.
Matilda or whatever, Melina.
Yeah, Matilda. Too many M names.
Oh, look. I broke the thing on his leg.
Huh. Hey, does he, like, limp now?
Yes, I think so.
That's cool. I'm reading lore about the actual forge. The thing! Let's see.
I'm not using my magic here, I'm just saving it.
Okay. I'm trying to read some lore on the forge itself. The ever-burning forge of the fire giants said to hold the power to burn their tree. That's all the lore we have. But I thought I read somewhere that, like, the giants use the forge to, like, craft weapons and stuff. Maybe I read that on a Reddit.
That makes sense. I mean, it would make sense. I don't know. That might have also been speculation from, like, Pussy Licker 32 of the Ring on Elden Ring's Reddit or something. Oh, jeez. Yep. That sucks. I have to use one. So I'm down to 3 flasks of Crimson Tears and then the one other one.
That sucks. Maybe your Mimic Tear should be better.
I thought he was pretty good, but he's not.
Well, your magic did a lot better.
Yeah, then it didn't. Oh no! Jeez.
So yeah, anyways, I think this is a very interesting boss, personally. I guess I don't really know all the details about the forge. I had thought that once you beat the giant, you can get an item in the forge. But I had thought there was a point that you have to go back to when you're trying to do the ending.
That makes sense.
Because also this game has like 5 million endings to it, so it's kind of confusing to get them all straight.
Yeah, like impossible.
Yeah.
I am trying to figure out how to beat this guy.
Well, now you're on the second wave.
Yeah, let's just skip that. So, he takes out a huge part of his own health when he does that.
Well, yeah, because he's ripping his leg off.
Yeah.
So I think he does some, like, fire launch thing. I think this is actually one of the cooler bosses in the game, in my opinion.
It is. It's really neat. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Well, this
sucks.
Now I just have the one golden thing.
Can you just, like, launch a bunch of magic at him?
I'm gonna try to.
Yeah, he has all these, like, fireballs launching at you.
I know, and I don't wanna slow down and then get hit by them.
Right. Jeez.
And I have to get so close to him in order to do anything.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's doing something.
Mm-hmm. Well, now he's aggroing on you.
Yep. I'm hoping that my friend will do something.
Okay. I wonder if he does more damage if you hit his eyeball.
I don't know. That's pretty hard to do.
Because sometimes with, like, soul stuff...
No.
Oh, jeez.
Well, like, he breathes that forever.
Yeah. Sometimes with soul stuff, there's always, like, hidden things like that.
I know. It's very possible.
Well, maybe that's only in Souls games, and since this isn't Souls...
Right. And anyone who thinks it's a Souls game is an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I'd argue. Actually, I'll take it a step further. Not a real fan.
Well, I would also say you're not a George R.R. Martin fan.
No.
Which to me is an even worse crime.
Do you even call yourself a rancid racist? That's the fandom name. I made it up.
I mean, because that's what I call myself.
And I'm not even a fan.
Right. What are we talking about? I'm just a racist. Well, if only there were helpers here to, like, you know, I want, like...
What does that mean?
I want, like, Fire Giant Fighter 69 to come in and beat him for us.
What do you mean, helper?
Like summons.
Man, I wish I had my slaves here. What?
Oh, I don't. Well, they do call me rancid racist, so I guess the name fits.
I thought you called yourself that. What hip? Okay.
What hip?
What's hip? I'm trying to figure out what's cool here. Just tell me what's hip. Okay. That's not hip. Where's my mimic tier?
When I was in junior high, I had this teacher who Remember that one person that was in your grade, I'm not going to say names, who might have possibly gone out with my wife at some point?
Yes.
Okay, that person's mom. Remember her?
Yeah.
I remember one time she was talking to us.
If this person even identifies as a woman.
Okay, jeez.
I'm just saying you're being mean.
Okay, I'm sorry. That person's individual.
What about parental unit?
That
Don't
parental
you love when they
unit.
say that? Eunuch?
Parental eunuch. Do you remember the skating company, like the skateboard company, Volcom?
No. Vulcan Cum?
No, Volcom. It's Volcom.
No.
Vulcan Cum. Well, it's like this skating company, like Tony Hawk or whatever would wear shirts from.
Okay.
I remember this other kid in my class wore a Volcom t-shirt.
And by the way, I only remember Terry Cock.
Okay. Terry Cock's my favorite skater.
Wait, oh no.
Get out of there. Flask.
Flash? You want me to flash him?
Yeah. And I remember this parental unit went up to this person and was like, "What does Volcom mean? Is that one of those fresh new lingo words?"
Oh no.
I was like, what?
That was someone in your grade who got asked that?
Yeah. This person asked someone in my grade that exact phrase. What does Volcom mean? Is that one of those fresh new lingo words? I was like, first of all, that wasn't even an English sentence, but second of all, like,
what happened
like,
there?
Oh no. It was like, okay, jeez. It was one of the cringiest things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's hurting me, and I heard it years later. Jeez.
Yeah. A part of me died inside when I heard that. What is your video game wish that you know will never happen? So mine, and this could be DLC, it could be a new video game, it could be whatever. The one I wanted to bring up is I want a remake of 5, like the zombies map, except for I want it with modern political people. Like I want someone with like maybe George W. Bush and Dick Cheney is in there, or, you know, like modern political people.
Uh-huh.
Or it would even be cool to maybe if you went back in time and had like, you know, I don't know, maybe a remake of 5s, but it's the, I don't know, maybe you have like Teddy Roosevelt and then like some other people that were in Teddy's administration or something like that.
I don't know if this guy's playing.
Jeffrey?
He hasn't moved.
Well, there he goes.
Oh, there we go.
I would like a remake of 5s, and it doesn't even really have to be in the Pentagon. Maybe it's a map in the White House or something like that. But you have other political leaders, because I thought that was one of the most interesting parts about 5, that I kind of feel like they didn't understand when they made Classified, is I feel like when they made the map Classified, I feel like they were like, oh, well, people like this map because it's in the Pentagon, but people also like these 4 characters.
Which is true.
And it's like, true, I like these characters. But I think half the reason why 5 had its charm was because you're playing as Kennedy. You're playing as Robert McNamara. You know, you're playing as Fidel Castro. You're playing as Nixon. Like
Wait,
these...
invaded by Bloody Finger Joseph?
What if you just go challenge the boss and then he doesn't get to do his thing? You know, it's like, and that's half the charm. And I feel like the developers didn't understand that. I feel like they were like, well, yeah, let's just remake the map. Everything's good. And it's like, well, sure, I like playing as Takeo and, you know, all them.
Yeah.
But
Dempsey,
and it's like, but I also, half the reason why I like the map is because I like hearing Richard Nixon say stuff, or, you know, or
is
whatever.
Is he really just hanging out at the boss door?
What a pussy. Can you run by and, like, just open the door? Will that get rid of him?
I don't really necessarily want to do that. Because I don't want to screw us over for the boss fight.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's kind of easy. Oh, and he fell off. Okay, pussy.
Okay.
What a pussy.
Well, yeah, and it's like, I don't even want to fight you, dude. I just want to, like...
I know. So anyways, that's kind of my video game wish that I know literally will never happen, because if it did, it would have happened with Classified. They screwed the pooch on that.
Whoa!
I wish I was screwing the pooch, but I'm not. And I know it probably will never happen.
Right.
So is there anything like that for you?
I have a billion.
What's the one that comes to mind?
Mega Man Legends 3.
Okay, that's a really good one.
Why does that not exist? Why?
Yeah.
Like, jeez. I don't... Oh, jeez, okay. We're not even going to let me get near the boss, I guess.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, the whole Mega Man franchise to me is weird, because it kind of seems like... It seems like they don't care about it at all. And then they announce stuff like what they announced, which might be old news by the time this gets released, but the Mega Man Battle Network.
Dude, it's old news by the time now.
Sure. Well, I meant the Battle Pack stuff is coming out. Like, the Battle Network pack is coming out.
Right.
So to me, it's kind of like, well, do you care about Mega Man or do you not? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
It seems like you don't. And then you release this, which is something that is like exactly what us fans want.
Right, and they did the same thing for X and
Yes.
Zero, I think.
Yes, and they did the same thing for the original Mega Mans.
Right.
So I don't know what to think of the Mega Man franchise.
I'd ask Jeffrey, but he's at his graduation ceremony right now.
He just graduated, fresh off campus.
Oh. Yeah, no, I have no idea if they care or not. I think what happened was, and I don't know whatever happened to this guy, but Inafune, that one guy who was like one of the instrumental parts of Mega Man existing, remember him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, do you remember how he left the company and then they canceled Mega Man Legends and they canceled like Mega Man Online and like a bunch of other stuff?
Yeah.
I think that they were just pissed.
You think that they were angry that he left the company?
Yes, and I've seen this 100 times, specifically with Japanese game developers. And I understand it's going to sound like mean. I'm not racist, but the Japanese game development companies often have a sense of pride and personal investment in their games and properties and company that other people don't. And I've just noticed that a lot. And now sometimes that manifests as really great things. Like when they are all on board together and working together, that makes those games sometimes way better.
Yeah,
when they're not, no, it just hurts them. I don't know how they did this, by the way, but we just murdered this guy instantly. I was shooting him with the stuff, but like his health went...
I think, I don't know what happened there.
We're gonna have to take these remembrances to different places. Defeated the fire giant.
A good example of that is someone like Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, like
with the Metal Gear franchise.
He leaves and they're like, we must destroy everything this man built.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And it's just bizarre to me. It's really weird. And I don't think that the American game development companies, to me, don't seem as much like that. Maybe indie companies where it's like, a couple people, one person leaving can be like, let's destroy everything they built. But with Japanese game companies, it happens often.
Yeah.
And it's weird to me that they treat it that way, because I feel like all that does is hurt everyone. Like, it hurt Capcom for a long time. People didn't like or trust Capcom. Am I not supposed to go this way now, by the way?
I'll have to do research into that, but from what I understand, you can go to there. However, I don't know this for sure. Okay. So maybe we should avoid it for right now.
Right, that makes sense.
And then we'll do research on it next time.
And we'll do some more side quests. But yeah, no, Mega Man Legends 3 and all the Mega Man games canceled around it, I think that's what happened. Somebody left, they were mad, and they took it out on everyone. And I think they do that a lot.
Yeah, which kind of sucks.
With a lot of stuff. And I think Sakurai did that with... I know people love Sakurai, so like I'm not trying to say he's like an idiot or anything. Like, obviously he's a very smart person.
Yeah.
But I think that he did that with the cutscenes for like the Smash Bros. Like Wii U and stuff. Remember how like they got leaked and he's like, fine, there will be no story mode.
Yeah.
And it kind of came off to me like a child. Like, yeah. I understand, like, people respect him, but to me that came off kind of childish. And I think to most fans it came off childish, where it was kind of like, okay, well, why are you punishing everyone because somebody put this online? Right. And, like, also, you're living in the past if you really think that's hot. If you really think that, you see that one up there?
I do.
Nice. If you really think that people aren't going to like post Let's Plays or post cutscenes or post, you're living in like 1990.
Right.
It's 20.
This stuff happens.
It's the 21st century. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like, obviously, you're a smart guy and you do really good work. But you have to be willing to accept that. Mm-hmm. And I think Nintendo as a company was not willing to accept that for a while, like with Let's Plays, cutscenes, other stuff. I think that other companies have done a poor job accepting it for a while and are finally getting on board with it. And I've noticed that most of the ones that had a hard time with it were Japanese ones. And why? Because whether you love their culture or you're the biggest racist of all time, I think everyone can agree that the Japanese people group is fairly stuck in their ways once they develop them.
Yeah.
It's just always been a thing. And why? There's a lot of reasons. They're a isolated island, basically. Mm-hmm. So, like, obviously, you know, things are going to progress at different rates and be different. You know, so it's like, I think joining the world stage was kind of hard for Japan. Where now they didn't just have to deal with China being an asshole to them or, like, you know, the other Asian countries around them. It's like, well, now there's all these Europeans and they buy a lot of our games. So we can't just ignore them unless we don't like money, you know?
Right.
So it's kind of, and there's been like bad examples of that too. Like I think Sony moving to America hurt that company, like moving PlayStation to America and PlayStation no longer being a Japanese thing. I think PlayStation was more focused and probably more in touch with its consumers when it was a Japanese thing. I think it's gone like way too much on the American side of like, we know everything that's good for you, shut up now. Right. So like every culture with their companies and stuff and every individual has their own problems or successes. And I think that when Japan's successes come together with games, it is incredible. It makes masterpieces. When those successes don't come together, though, and it becomes some kind of high school drama behind the scenes, it becomes a disaster.
Yeah.
And I think that Japanese developers coming together are actually capable of sometimes more than American ones, because, like, they're the guys, not that I don't like this lifestyle of, like, crunch, because Americans put it on their people, right? I will be done in a second. I know we're just sitting on the main menu. Americans put it on their company of like, oh, well, you're going to work on Red Dead 2? You're going to get carpal tunnel because you're going to be here for 13 hours every single day. Actually, make it 16.
Pixar's notorious for that.
And it's like, that's not how you treat people.
Right.
But with Japan, a lot of the times it was actually a voluntary thing. At least that's kind of where crunch started. Like, Konami put Team Silent together and expected them to fail to give them an excuse to fire these guys. They're like, you're a bunch of assholes who don't contribute to our company. How about you make a horror game? Good luck, idiots. That's kind of like their idea. And then they got together and said, we're going to prove them wrong. And they did that. Like, dudes lived at the office. Guys were, like, working around the clock. Guys would go out and be like, you know, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go grab dinner for everybody. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, they came together and they made a masterpiece. And that's kind of my point, is that I think with Capcom and Nintendo and a lot of these other companies, they've had a problem letting go of the pridefulness in the product instead of having pride in it. And I think America on the other side has embraced too much of the this is a product thing. I don't think either of those extremes are good. America's this is a product is what leads to crap like the sports games the way they've gone or the shooters the way they've gone.
Yeah, America sees the products as a cha-ching rather than a art.
And I think sometimes Japan sees it, like the upper management sees it as cha-ching more than they used to, which I think is too bad. I think the West's influence on their business has been bad for gaming in the sense that the upper executives are no longer interested in making art. They're interested in making money only.
Right.
And whereas the rest of the culture is kind of the same of like, this is art. So then when someone leaves, when the artist leaves, you have internal turmoil in the team. Then you have the executives who are angry, who are like, well, now we're not going to make any money. Fuck all of you. And it's like, well, that's not how you act either. That's just a child. Right. Like, you know, you shouldn't be throwing a tantrum. Right. You should be solving the problem. And companies like Capcom, when they canceled all those Mega Man games, I don't think they were interested in solving the problem. They were just interested in make it go away. It's like, well, we'll get even with them. I think it was the same thing with Kojima. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll get even with him. We'll kill his kids. It was like, not his real kids, but his babies.
His Metal Gear kids.
Yeah, and we'll hold on to the rights to them, and he can't do jack shit with them, because fuck him.
Right.
That's kind of like what it was.
Petty.
Remember when they had lawyers who barred him from going to the Game Awards?
Yeah, I remember
That's the level of pettiness of Japanese game development when it goes bad. Mm-hmm. So that's what I think a lot of that is. I'm sorry you opened up like a hot button topic.
I did, but
you like regret
it's a good topic. It's a really good topic. So I want to start out this Let's Play by asking you a question.
Is it what quest do I want to do first? The answer is all of them.
No.
Oh.
The question is, do you think Dr. Dre has a Grindr account called Dr. Gay?
I think I am so aroused that we're going to end the part right there.
Okay.
At that idea. For me.
It is kind of attractive to think about.
Well, I mean, Dr. Dre is attractive to think about.
I know.
Kind of like this guy.
Okay.
I needed a hat. Okay, by the way, I was going to ask you, this is a little bit of a offensive question.
I like offensive questions.
Is there anyone who you think used to be really cool, and now they're just a complete bitch? Because I have someone off the top of my head.
Are you talking like celebrities?
Yes. Because I already have someone off the top of my head.
Well, I don't know if this person used to be really cool, but I know the second part applies to him is Kanye.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he was necessarily cool, but he's kind of like weird now.
Yeah, he's kind of turned into just a real disappointment.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's going on in here?
Whoa. Did someone die?
Wait, let's talk to her real quick.
Who is this?
Finally, it is returned to its rightful place. The stolen hallowbrand of the exalted noble. And now, I must bid you goodbye as well. Though I ask you deliver this message to the Round Table Hold. I am Via. Deathbed companion. Hark Round Table. Disturb not the death of Godwyn, the exalted. We, who humbly live in death, live in waiting. To one day, welcome our Lord. What right does anyone have to object? Our Lord will rise. The Lord of the many and the meek.
Whoa.
Remember when we were trying to find her the other day? Whoa, hey.
Dix Bellbearer.
Oh, epic.
Twin helm, twin armor.
Oh, wait, that's the dude from the Round Table with like that cool armor set.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
And look, it looks like he's been plagued by death. Like that death effect.
Yeah, because look at his armor.
Oh. Well, as insensitive as it may be...
Let's put on Dick's armor.
Let's put it on immediately. Do you want to see where Fia went? Because that would actually be a good quest to follow up on.
Well, I think she's probably gone.
Well, yeah, but she might still be somewhere. The two known as Dick are inseparable twins. They are of two bodies and two minds, but one single soul. Not once do they stand together. Not once do they stand together. Not one word do they speak to one another. This might be the first dissociative identity disorder character in From Software.
Cool. Very progressive.
Perhaps this armor longs to find its way to the other Dick.
I'm longing to find my way to the other Dick. Alright, let's see. Talk to Dick.
I hope we didn't mess up that quest or something, and that's why she ended up there. But either way, you know what? At this point, I'm just happy to have this armor set. Look at this.
That is really cool.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, what is like that person protruding?
Well, it's the twin, so these two are together as one being or whatever. It's really cool. Yeah, this guy was destroyed. Let there be revenge. Let there be tears. Visions of death. What's over... Oh, nothing's over here.
I'm kind of confused, because I guess I don't know where...
Fia is?
Fia. Oh, wait, here we go.
Because she's no longer over here now.
Depending on how far you've progressed these quest lines.
Did I not progress his quest lines? Or did I? It's been so long. It's been 80 years.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know either, because it's been so long.
You. What is it?
I want this guy's armor. About Ensha?
Who's Ensha?
Unlocated demigods? About the Haligtrees? Wait, we can ask this guy about more lore.
Oh, my apologies for that nasty business. Ensha got rather ahead of himself, it seems. As his master, I'd like to express my regret. But now, Ensha is slain and gone. Finished. Forevermore. Ah, so the secret medallions led you to the land of the Haligtree. I'd expect to find Melania there. She who fought Radahn to a standstill. Well, if the Scarlet Rot hasn't eaten her away completely. But with the Haligtree as it is, I suppose Mikola must already be. Ah, my apologies. Lost myself for a moment there. The information you've shared is of great value. As promised, your reward. A secret rite, known only to me. You are a true fellow. All I ask is that you remain constant.
Hey, I got the Black Flame's protection.
Nice.
Unlocated demigods.
There are 4 more demigods yet to be located. Mikola of the Haligtree, the Unalloyed. His twin, Melania, the undefeated swordswoman. Luna Princess Rani, daughter to Renala. And the one only known as the Lord of Blood. Rani is said to have cast aside her great rune. So here at the Hold, we seek the whereabouts of the remaining 3 shard bearers. If you should learn anything of these matters, I'll trade your findings for a hidden treasure or a long-lost rite, known only to me. We both desire to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord. As such, I hope we are compelled to work together.
Wait, this guy wants to be the Elden Lord?
I guess I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, about the Haligtree roots.
So, the Haligtree. Now but a husk. I heard speculation Mikola embedded himself in the Haligtree. But, before he could finish, someone cut the tree open and absconded with his infant form. Indeed, it seems those words held weight. How vexing that the All-Knowing didn't have the full story. Perhaps the Queen's sorrow was justified. Ah, my apologies. Lost myself for a moment there. The information you shared is of great value. As promised, your reward. A secret rite, known only to me. You are a true fellow.
Why does he act like he lost himself because he answered a question? Hey, I have a question. Oh, here's the answer. Sorry, I got lost in myself there. Whoops. Unlocate. Okay. Mogwin Palace.
Oh, so that's where the so-called Lord of Blood was hiding himself, eh? A fitting little squat for that deluded maniac to bleat about the revival of his precious dynasty. While he turns our fella Tarnished into bloody fingers, let him stay there. That way, his delusions will remain as they are, distant and unattainable. But perhaps it's worth looking into. If what I've heard is right, then maybe. Ah, my apologies. The information you
He always says he
is
lost
you are a
himself.
true fellow.
Like, it's like, hey, can you tell me a little about Moog? Yeah, I can do that. Moog was a cool person. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, my goodness.
Too much information. Stop. About the Lord of Blood's cocoon. Is that the cocoon where Mikola's body
I think so,
was?
yeah.
I see. So Mikola was with the Lord of Blood after all. That is some fine intelligence indeed. With it, the final clue has been brought into the light. One of the last few pieces of the round table. I need to put everything together. As promised, allow me to impart to you the last of the secret rites, known only to me.
Law of causality. That's a Golden Order thing, I believe.
Well, what is it now?
Is this Liam Neeson who's voicing this guy?
No, but it sure sounds like it, doesn't it?
It really does.
That's Liam Neeson.
Oh, God.
He's actually a long-lost brother. We got another cookbook and some stuff like that. I don't know who this guy is. You remember this?
Yeah.
He's just sitting here.
No. Wait. You have felt the curse. I can smell it on you. The pox, yet tender. Apparently my seedbed is ripe and waiting. 'Twas a brief respite, I must say. Go and unshackle my corporeal flesh, trapped in the sewer jail below the capital.
Sewer jail key.
Okay.
What can then the pox will truly be your own?
I want to know what makes him red.
We could consult Disney.
Go and unshackle my core trapped in the sewer jail. I can kill you and defile your corpse. Then the pox will truly be your own.
What the heck?
This guy seems all creepy.
So, okay, so there's a thing below the Capitol we'll have to do eventually. We don't have to do it right now, because I know we wanted to go see where Fia is.
Well, maybe we should come back and do the Capitol quest line at the beginning of January.
Ooh.
Like, I mean, maybe the 6th. Like, I'm free that day. If you want to help storm
I'm
the
actually
Capitol.
not. I'm going on a trip.
Oh, got it. Are you going out east?
Yes.
To DC?
I can't talk about that.
Okay.
I can't talk about where I'm going, but yes.
Got it. I can't talk about where I'm going, but yes, I'm going there.
So we have a couple of things here.
Hey.
There is a incantation, Burn O Flame.
Okay. That seems cool.
One of the incantations that draws directly from the power of the fire giants raises a series of flame pillars around the caster, charging further increases the number. The fire giants borrowed power from the power of a fell god. I'm stupid, I misread that. Borrowed from the power of a fell god, and still they were defeated, yet their failure released them from their solitary curse to live as keepers of the flame for eternity. There's also this, Giant's
whip.
Red Braid. Ew! That's his hair.
I'm, like, really turned off by this.
Hefty whip woven from the flame red hair of a fire giant. Every giant is red of hair, and Radagon was said to have despised his own red locks. Perhaps that was a curse of their kind.
I'm kind of liking the incantation, because that's just kind of disturbing.
Yeah,
to, like,
me too.
whip people with hair.
Yeah. Remembrance of the Rot Goddess. Remembrance of Melania, Goddess of Rot, hewn into the Erd Tree. Finger Eater. Miquella and Melania are both the children of a single god. As such, they are both Empyreans, but suffered afflictions from birth. One was cursed with eternal childhood, and the other harbored rot within. So Miquella was cursed with eternal childhood. So this is Hand of Melania, blade built into Melania's prosthetic arm. Through consecration, it is resistant to rot. Melania's war prosthesis symbolized her victories. Some claim to have seen wings when the weapon was raised aloft, wings of fierce determination that have never known defeat.
Huh.
There is also
that's cool.
The Scarlet Aeonia. Technique of Melania, the goddess of rot, creates a gigantic flower that blooms into an explosion of scarlet rot. Each time the scarlet flower blooms, Melania's rot advances. It has bloomed twice already. With the third bloom, she will become a true goddess.
I mean, they both sound like cool options.
I think this sounds cooler.
Alright, let's get that one.
But I don't really know what it is. It's a technique?
Is it...
like for a weapon? Or what?
Well, can't you go to the other display?
What do you mean the other display?
Isn't there a option to see what it... Yeah, this. An incantation.
Okay, got it. So 35 faith.
Alright, well, those seem kind of interesting.
Go forth. Let the words of the fingers guide you.